Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please press that subscribe button. If you have already, thank you so much. Today, I'm going to be talking about modes. Modes are so great because pretty much you'll understand the whole neck and how it works after knowing modes. But don't be scared by modes because modes are so much easier than they're made out to be. A lot of jazz people use modal stuff and people are just kind of really weird about them. But modes are so much easier than you think. Once you learn them, you'll be fine. So let's get into it. Pretty much the easiest way to remember modes is a 7-note pattern. Just like we talked about in the major scale, it's a 7-note pattern. But for the modes, what you're doing is you're moving up the notes of that major scale. So let's just take G. The Ionian mode, the major scale, that's going to be G, root note. The second mode is going to be your second in that scale, which is A, and then so on and so on. So today all I'm going to teach you is 3 modes, and they're very easy to learn, they're very easy to practice as well. I'm going to go through all of that with you today, and I'm going to put it on the Ibanez because modes are great for shredding, so let's get into it. So like I said, your first mode is the Ionian, which is a major scale. The pattern of that is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. I'll leave a link up top if you're not too familiar with that one. But pretty much the pattern is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. All these modes are just patterns of notes. That's all you have to remember to kind of not freak yourself out too much. These are patterns of notes. So Ionian is a major scale. A very easy way to practice this and get into your head a lot more is skipping notes. So if you play on this, you've got your root note, you've got your second, which is your A, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and back to the octave, which is G again. So what I mean by skipping notes is if we go on the root, which is your G, and then we're going to skip the second, which is the 5th fret on the E. So we're going to go up to the 7th, which is your B. So we're going to go 3rd, 7th on the E, then we're going to go 5th on the E, then 3rd on the A, and then we're going to go to the 7th on the E to the 5th of the A, and then we're going to go 3rd on the A to the 7th of the A, then we're going to go to 5th on the A up to the 4th on the D, and then 7 on the A, back to your root note, which is 5 on the D string, which is your G. That's your Ionian pattern. It helps you remember firstly the pattern of the major scale again, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Also helps you remember all the notes in that, so where you're going from there onto other modes, which we'll touch on in another video. So moving on from there, you can play different ways like this, or you can play up the octaves, up the neck. It just gives you a lot more freedom to do, and also it helps your memory of the neck where everything is as well. So this mode really helps out if you're playing like a solo in a band or something like that, or you're just practicing your improvisation, which is great, so keep at it. The second mode that I'm going to touch on is the Aeolian mode, which is the 6th of the root, which is your relative minor, which I've also touched on as well, so I'll leave a link up top. But the 6th relative minor, you're playing a natural minor scale to it. So this is what it looks like. So as I say, G, and we're going to go to the 12th fret, which is your E, or you can play on the open as well. And go up to the 12th fret for this example. We're going to go 12, 14, 15 on the E, 12, 14, 15 on the A, and 12 and 14 on the D string as well. So that is your natural minor pattern, which is your Aeolian mode. And again, if you do that with skipping, it'll sound like this. So you've got 12 on the E, 15 on the E, 14 on the E, 12 on the A. This is pretty hard to say fast, okay? So you got 12 on the A, 15 on the E, 14 on the A, 12 on the A, 15 on the A, 14 on the A, 12 on the D, 15 on the A, and then 14 on the D. That is very hard to say fast. But again, you can play it over and over, and you can play it different ways as well, up the neck, down the neck. It just gives you so much variety to play. And as I say, it's going to be the relative minor as well, so it just sounds great going from one to the other like this. That's the Ionian, which is your first, and the 6th, which is your Aeolian. The other mode that I'm going to teach you, I like to think of it, is pretty much the same as the Ionian. The only difference is a flat 7. Okay, and that's called the Mixolydian. So the Mixolydian mode is the 5th. So what you're doing there is you're starting a 6-note pattern, okay? But you're rooting it from the 5th of the root, stay with me. And then you're flattening the 7 and ending it on the octave of the 5th, okay? So G is going to be the root and C is going to be the 5th. So that looks like this. Here you have your 6th note, you have your C, which you're rooting on, which is your 5th of G. So you got C, D, 10th fret on the E, then you got E, 12th fret, then you've got the 8th fret of the A string, then the tone up for that is G, which is your 10th fret on the A string, then you've got A, which is a 12th fret on the A string, then you've got your flat 7, and remember with the major scale, you would be going up to the 9th fret on the D string, but with your flat 7, you're going down to the 8th fret of the D string. So here, so you got 8 and then 10 is your root. So that's the C Mixolydian of G. So that's modes 1, 5 and 6. Again, you can play that with the whole skip and note pattern, which would look like this. Them modes are the easiest in my opinion to kind of get your head around. There is the Locrian and everything like that are easy as well for me personally, but when I was starting the whole modes, these were the ones that I always went to because I knew the relative minor, I knew the major, and I just had to remember that and then flatten the 7 for the Mixolydian as well. So yeah, hopefully that's give you some advice on like modes. Hopefully that helps you improvising as well, where to go on the neck, and yeah, just have fun with it because I love modes, as you can tell. So yeah, just have so much fun with it and you'll be shredding out like Joe Satriani if you keep on practicing it. So yeah, have fun and thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button if this helps you out. If any of my videos help you out, if you've already subscribed, thank you so much, you're helping me out. And yeah, leave me a like, leave me a comment, hit that subscribe button as I say. And I'll see you next time when we'll talk about more modes, so brace yourself. But yeah, thanks guys.